You may fire when ready. Right. Yeah, when you're ready. Obviously. Dude. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Xaereth Prevails. Today, we're going to show you the new Sith fleet. You don't need Leviathan. All you need is Mr. Blue Balls himself, Thrawn, and Chimera. We can take out Executor. I'll show you guys a triple attacker fleet and a fleet with a houndstooth in the start. It's fun. It's not necessarily a guide. It's just a showcase. But, you know, the footage is real. Like, it's not cherry picked. In fact, I show a couple fails as well. Gonna show a few different attacks. So it's a good time. It's gonna be something. You'll see what it is in time. I will say thank you guys so much to my patrons. You guys are amazing. And I'm working on lighting now, guys. We're going to get a better background, and I couldn't do it without you. Thank you guys so much for all of your support. Truly appreciate it. And a reminder, folks, if you want to support this channel for free, all you've got to do is hit that like button, subscribe, comment, mount the algorithm, guys. You don't even need Leviathan to do it. Mr. Thrawn, it does it all the time, apparently. He's a world-class algorithm mounter. I didn't realize he had that, but it doesn't actually surprise me now that we discovered it. So let's go to the actual footage. We're going to start with footage against Houndstooth version. Alright, so one of the weaknesses of this fleet, guys, and I'm only using Sith ships. I am using, you'll see what I use for reserves, but one of the biggest weaknesses is we can't dispel Houndstooth very easily. Houndstooth is actually a huge problem for this fleet, and I'm guessing that once we get Leviathan, we'll be able to just use the Mark 6 and wipe it out. But until then, we've got the Sith Bomber and then the TIE Dorito here. So we don't want Houndstooth to taunt right away. We want to do some damage to the Xanadu Blood. And keep in mind, folks, I don't know all the mechanics, and I don't know, I mean, we're all still learning all this, so if I get something wrong, I mean, you can obviously point it out, you can help me understand what's going on, but let's be respectful. We're just trying to explore this, so I'm sure that some of my stuff is unoptimized. I saw a couple other videos of people doing this, and I couldn't replicate it, honestly. Like, it was just a weird turn order for them versus what I was doing, and so I just created my own. It works a lot of different ways. So, we don't want the taunt from Houndstooth right away. Apparently it just taunts anyway. So, anyways, you see that we can target outside of taunt when we're taking our bonus turn with the TIE Dorito, which is kind of cool. So we shoot the stupid thing again, and then we're gonna just be stuck behind the Houndstooth for a while. So we're going to we do the heal, and basically the first stage of this fight is just survival. We want to survive it. It gets rough. You'll see. We can call the Mass Assist here. It doesn't really do that much, but it's better than doing nothing. Maybe we can ramp the TIE Dorito up a little bit because it was basic and all of that stuff. But we want to save the heal from the Fury until a little bit. Now, keep in mind, the Sith Bomber will, because the Fury's there, the Sith Bomber will actually revive itself if it dies once. It's like the Revan's Savior, it just works on itself. So instead of, once it gets to 1% health, it just regenerates all the way up to max health. Okay, so let's get in a reinforcement here. And you can see that the Slave One came in. So we're going to get the Emperor's Shuttle now. This is something that a lot of you might not know. If you want to do the cleanse and the heal, like the middle ability that he's got there, whoever he's targeting, he also dispels all of the buffs on. So you want to, instead of targeting Houndstooth, you want to target Slave One here. And then, of course, heal the Sith Bomber. But, so Slave 1's just been defanged. Well, just a little bit anyways. Here, do the first special on Fury to get the heal on everyone. And now they've already got their target lock thing. And this is a real issue sometimes. You'll see that in later things. But, okay, just do the AoE here, I guess. And, I mean, we're we'd like to do damage. There's some AoE people that we have. AoE people, how would you like to be referred to as that? But we just want to do AoEs, but really what we want to do is, Slave 1 we want him to die of sadness because of concussion grenades, which is wonderful. But we're just focused on surviving until we get to Thrawn's ultimate, which is pretty soon. So let's bring in, I always wanted to bring in the Mark 6. It just never seemed to help that much. To be honest, guys, I'm sure it'll be amazing with a Sith Empire ship, but once I started using Shuttle as the first reinforcement, and then Scimitar as the next, and then just stealth everyone, obviously Fury Interceptor had buff immunity, so it couldn't be stealthed, but we just want the bomber to, you know, live, and it gets super tanky whenever it gets hit. It's awesome. So alright, let's push the delete button on Houndstooth, and then things get weird and I just kind of skip out, guys, because up till now this is like a pretty standard Executor fleet, and then it's like, hey, look at that, Plo Koon is here apparently. And so I don't care. Who cares about that? Alright, we're going to skip forward. This is about a minute into the fight. Same exact opening sequence. And I want to show you guys how quickly things can just derail. Like, everything seems to be under control. We have decent health. We have everything. We're doing the same stuff as we always do. But for some reason, our RNG here is just a little bit worse than usual. So Ty Dorito gets Sonic Grenaded, or whatever it's called, with Slave 1, so that's pretty rude. And I mean, okay, we can heal everyone with the Fury a little bit, and you know, keep doing our stuff. All right, we're one turn away from being able to destroy the Houndstooth, which will be great fun. It will be immensely sad. Oh, and then there goes our Star Destroyer. So let's just wait until stupid Slave 1 dies of sadness, and let's get out of here. So you can see, maybe there's a way to make this super consistent. I think it is mostly consistent, and you're gonna get kills and stuff, but it's not necessarily the epitome of consistency. Okay, so now we're doing triple attacker. Now these guys are all, I think I'll show you guys later what the relic levels, but they're all relic 8. They're all very, very strong characters, you know, well modded, everything. And so we have the same lineup, and if Ty Dorito dies in the initial barrage, which can happen, then you just lose. But this is actually a fairly smooth counter here, guys. So you just do a basic here. We don't want Xanadu Blood to hide. Alright, we gotta heal ourselves. We just do a basic because we don't want Xanadu Blood to hide. Now we call the Mass Assist and just take him out. Nice. Goodbye, Cad Bane. Go screw yourself. You thought you were gonna die on Tatooine, but you don't. You didn't. It was me in space, apparently. Or Thrawn. Alright, so let's bring in the shuttle. Same thing, guys, so we can dispel here. This is actually fairly important, though, because Slave 1 hasn't shown up yet. And when Slave 1 shows up, it could be a pretty big issue because of, you know, it'll be the only one taunting, potentially. However, the Houndstooth is the one that first came in reserve, so we have a little bit of wiggle room. So we're going to dispel... We're going to cleanse the bomber, and we're going to dispel Houndstooth at the same time. So now we can just target whoever we want. And I don't know if it was wise to put concussion grenades on, honestly. You saw all that turn meter that it generated for Houndstooth. Probably not the wisest, honestly, but it was cool or something. Alright, Ty Dorito, what you got? You gonna miss? Oh yeah, because he had foresight. That's fine. Alright, let's call the Fury Interceptor to assist. You get the weird angle here, and Fury Interceptor did some damage, man. Well done, dude. My Relic 9 Malgus is, apparently could do something. Ever. Good job. Alright, so against all logic, the Millennium Falcon comes in to help the Executor. And you just can't avoid this, guys, when you're testing in Arena. Unless you ask someone to change their fleets, which I did not, then you just get some weird composition. So, I mean, it was a pretty real fight until you get to this point, but we're still gonna play. I mean, it's just all about watching the gameplay here and watching just how crazy tanky this the Sith bomber can get. It's very impressive, actually, folks. Like, the Sith bomber is going to be a problem moving forward. Like, just really tough to kill. Okay, so let's delete Houndstooth already. Wonderful. This hasn't been tough at all. Alright, so here I'm going to show you guys Relic 8. You can see it just on the bottom, right below my face here. Relic 8 on all of these ships. I was like, oh, I've been testing against this. I should show everyone how many relics they have. Relic 8 on Cad Bane, and on Bando Relic 8. So, pretty cool stuff, I'm sure. I'm sure you guys are very impressed. Now, we go into this fight, and you know, right after I was like, hey, let's show everyone, let's show them what we've got to offer, you know, what we're facing, and we're just, because I tested this so many times, guys. This is the only time this happened this way. They just killed the TIE Dorito, and I think out of like, I tried it like 12 times against this particular fleet, 12 or 13, and see, the mass assist predictably did not work on Xanadu Blood, and we lost. So that was the only time that TIE Dorito died like that. I mean, my Red Trooper is at Relic 8 with all 60 mods, so yeah, anyway, we like totally lost though. Like, it was beyond redemption. Like, we didn't get a single kill, and this fleet was lost. So which is fine, I suppose. I just keep in mind that it's this fleet is definitely fallible. So do a basic here, heal everyone with Thrawn, do another basic, we don't want Xanadu to hide, and then call the mass assist. This is the only time that my mass assist with these three didn't kill Xanadu Blood, but we're within striking distance, as you can see. Gosh, they're doing so much damage to stupid Sith bombers. So let's do the AoE in hopes that we take out Xanadu, which we did. And that's a Relic 8 Cad Bane with all good mods. So pretty reliable, I think, guys. Alright, so shuttle comes in. Same thing here. So we're going to dispel Houndstooth. Wonderful. And throw some concussion grenades on, or bombs, or whatever you want to call them. Sex bombs, you know what I mean, if you guys have watched that movie. So, yeah, let's call an assist. It's fun. I like the calling assist thing better if it's actually going to do damage to a target that matters. Like, Houndstooth, you don't do enough damage to be able to call. Like, when you call an assist, it doesn't do anything really, because you can't kill it. Alright, IG is gone. Wonderful. So we're doing pretty well. Slave 1 makes its appearance, does its cool sonic grenade thing, and you're like, man, I hate it when he does that, but that is such a cool effect in the movie. One of my favorites. Alright, let's be disciplined. We'll take in stupid Relic 7 Maul, who doesn't have 60 mods, because screw that guy. You know, if Fury Interceptor died, that is actually a pretty huge bummer. We really like that thing. You can do the AoE while Slave 1 has Retribution, because I think he had daze anyways, but even if he didn't, we were in stealth, so he couldn't hit me back. So now let's just delete. Deleted on the Houndstooth here. And yeah, once we delete Houndstooth, hey, it's like the Falcon comes in again. Hey, that's cool, man. Congratulations to them on finding it. All right, so that's basically it, guys. That's our show today. It's pretty cool. You can try it if you want. I have pretty high relics on my guys. I didn't find it to be like super dominant. Right? Like, I mean, I know that we have this isn't even the thumbnail I'm gonna use. Actually, I made 2 of them, but you know, I know that the thumbnail was like, hey, you don't need the Leviathan. I mean, yeah, I think you do. I do think that this fleet would, I mean, think of how funny it would be. Like, it would be really exciting if Leviathan wasn't coming out. It'd be like, hey, look, we found a new counter. This is awesome. But it's not, because we didn't, like, we're not going to use this. I guess the thing is, if people have these ships, but they're not going to get Leviathan for a while, I mean, go for it. I don't know what's holding you back. I mean, Unless you're just waiting for, you know, have to wait for a month or two for your relic levels to get to where you need to be or whatever. But one way or another, I mean, it's a cool fleet. I don't think it's got any banners. It's not gonna be like crazy reliable, but you mess around with it. Let me know how it goes, guys. Tell me how you do it in the comments, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and remember that in all things, Xaereth prevails. Have a good one, folks.